Any update on Daboll?
Do not.
What happened to him on the play? What have you got from them?
I haven't talked to the train staff yet. I think he'll be up here to talk. Meet with those guys after this.
What did you see on that play?
He got hit pretty good, but getting hit quite a bit.
You knew coming into this game, obviously, about their speed. Seeing it up close, did anything about it surprise you, or your inability to deal with their speed?
No, they're real fast. Took a lot of short passes for long gains. So you get explosive plays, it usually leads to points.
Even before Daniel got hurt, why did you guys struggle to move the ball so much?
That takes all them people, so didn't do a good enough job.
How untenable is it for your quarterbacks to be getting hit so much at this point?
Yeah, you don't want that. Veteran quarterback plays an important role in the game, and we got to figure out a way to protect them better.
Do you have the personnel on your team to protect a quarterback?
Yeah, we got to do a better job, Pat. Just all the way around.
You took Josh Zudu out
Yeah.
at one point. What was your thinking behind that?
Yeah, put Parrott in there, bring him out, settle him down a little bit, and let Parrott play.
How close was Saquon to making it today?
He's getting closer every week. Yep.
Dave, what happened to Dory Jackson that he wasn't on the field when you gave up the 69-yard touchdown right out of the half?
Yeah, he had a little something there, right, and then went with the two young guys, and two made a good play.
But
What happened on
injury?
that? Was McKinney supposed to be over the top, or that's supposed to be?
Yeah, we had. I'm not going to go into the total in depth of it, but they just didn't get it quite executed.
So Dory had an injury of some sort of cramps or something.
Yeah, I think, but I don't have him on the sheet right now. It's just that time during the game.
Aziz and Banks both came out at times. What was with them?
Yeah, Aziz right here says an ankle. Don't have any update for Tay.
What can you do about the offensive tackle position without Andrew coming back?
We just gotta keep working with them, get them better, and that's what we try to do each week.
Dave's, is it bigger though than just the tackle position on the line?
Yeah, I'll just say overall we got to do a better job offensively, obviously. So get back to work and try to do a better job.
How do you fix the penalty that's part? You have drives that start with promise, and then it just seems like they stall because either a sack or penalty.
Yeah, it's tough to overcome those negative plays for us right now. So staying on track is really important.
At one important, how steep is the hole now for this team to climb out of this hole?
You can only take one day at a time. So that's what we'll try to do.
You haven't scored a touchdown offensively in 2.5 games almost at this point. What do you even make of that?
Got to do a better job.
Did you get any sense from how Daniel was functioning as a quarterback when he was able to function? Was he?
I thought he made some good decisions, took care of the ball. We had a couple plays we could have made down the play, down the field, had opportunities on them, just didn't quite capitalize them. But, he battled.
Why do you think the offensive struggles have stretched over, really the first 5 games here?
They were not doing a good enough job.
How much of that is on you?
That's all I'm coach. So offense, defense, taking game.
Dave's, do you see better on the practice field? And I know it's quote unquote just the practice field, but do you see signs where you think this team's going to come out and execute and be on point, and it just doesn't happen?
Yeah, they work. We do the right stuff during the week, prepare, practice, just not quite putting it together during the game. And give Miami credit. That's a heck of a team.
You're very composed right now. I mean, what is your emotions inside? What are you frustrated, or what's your feeling right now?
Yeah, that we got to do better.
Is this the kind of offense when
That we got to get better.
when you're going against the Dolphins? It seemed like even when you played complimentary football, you've been stressing that for weeks.
Yeah.
You played it, you get the punt, pinned, and then
Sudden change.
2 plays and they're down the
Get
field.
the first down, get a holding penalty, back us up. So a lot of little things are, there were some things that were that have been better, like turnovers on defense, not turning it over on offense, but capitalizing when the defense turns it over. It's something you got to do. So I think it was punting them down there, got an opportunity, got a first down, penalty backed us up. Instead of getting 7, you're getting 3. So all those things play into it.
Was there concern there that Tyrod was going to have to come out of the game too?
He had the wind knocked out of him, so we were set with the play, with people in there to do it. And then he looked at me, he said he's good, but he said he needed one, and then it was a long break, and then he said he's good to go.
Tackling was obviously an issue that you guys made a big deal a few weeks ago. Was this about tackling this week defensively, or more just about being out quick and out schemed?
Yeah, well, I mean, they threw a couple, whether it's handed off on sweeps or toss cracks or screens where you just throw them and you got to rally to the ball, and those guys did a good job of out angling it and making a lot of yards on it.
How are you guys handling everything that's been going on lately?
Sure. Yeah, look, you don't want to lose. You work extremely hard to put yourself in good position. So after games, it's certainly disappointing with all the effort that you put into it. So 24-hour rule, you get back in, you learn from the stuff, and then you got to move on. Doesn't wait around for anybody.
To that end, though, how do you keep frustration from not overshadowing everything and not sort of overpowering everything?
Hey, you try to build your team, from the start of it. So you got a lot of good guys with the right mindset. We're not putting it together in terms of the results we're looking for. You go out there and you get ready to play next week. Certainly disappointing to lose, but you go back, look at the stuff, move on, and that's what you have to do.
Brian, in the spring, what made you guys think that a guy like Josh or Matt Parrott would be capable enough to handle left tackle behind him if that were the case? What did you see in those guys?
Yeah, no, those guys have they've worked their tails off at practice. They have a certain skill set. They got quick feet. They got some length, but it takes everybody.
A couple more.
Dabes, we saw Justin Pugh at least walk through the room last week. Could he be an option? I mean, would you make changes along the line to try to get better?
Yeah, I think we'll, you take a look at everything after games. We'll see where he's at this week. You're just kind of acclimating him last week. Whether he's up, he's not up, I couldn't give you that answer right now, Kim.
Is McKeithen serious?
He has a knee right here. Again, I haven't talked to those guys yet, so.
You've had a chance to talk to Daniel?
I saw him when I came in. He was sitting at his locker. I asked how he's doing. He said, I'll be okay.
How are you feeling at this point?
I feel fine. I think sort of in Spain, physical game. So meet with the doctors and trainers, and then go from there.
What did you feel at the time of the hit? Just your
Just my neck.
That he for jumping on you or the landing? What was the?
Yeah, I mean, I have to go back and look at the play, but just tell you, my next sore.
Does this seem similar, or kind of?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say for sure. Certainly dealt with a similar, issue. So, like I said, I'll meet with the doctors and trainers and go from there.
What did they tell you about it so far at this point?
I mean, not a whole lot. I think we'll know a lot more tomorrow.
You've been hit sacked 16 times in the last 2 weeks and hit more than that. Does your body feel right now the toll of all that?
Yeah, I mean, I think we played some physical games against physical defenses, and I think we all probably feel it. It's football. It's part of the game, and yeah.
Do you think you have a fair chance to make plays back there at this point with the way?
Yeah, for sure. I think I got to do a better job getting the ball out of my hands and taking advantage of the opportunities that are there.
Do you think there are things schematically that could help you out? Like the Dolphins have a bunch of dudes up front. They're kind of getting the ball out to guys in space. Do you think there are things that you guys can do schematically similarly to help you?
I think we had a good game plan, and we got to execute it better. We're focused on us, and we'll watch the film, see what we can clean up, and then go from there.
How much are sacks and penalties killing this team right now?
Yeah, I mean, we got to avoid hurting ourselves. I think that falls on all of us. Kind of all those things that are push us back and get us in longer yardage situations. Make it tough, but it's on all of us to do it better, to execute better, and we got to be more consistent. Yeah.
And how concerned are you about this? I mean, this kept you out, for a considerable amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say now. I just, meet with doctors and trainers and then go from
Did you have any imaging done already today?
there. Yeah, the X-ray.
How did
What
that,
was-
what would it come out?
We're still looking at it, but yeah, I think we'll meet on it tomorrow and go from there.
Daniel, considering what you went through in 2021, is this particularly scary injury, the nature of this one?
Like I said, I mean, I'm not gonna get wrapped up in that kind of stuff at this point. I think I'm gonna see where we're at tomorrow and then go from there.
How similar is it to that though?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're all different, so don't know exactly what it is yet. So just know more tomorrow.
How difficult is it to fathom that you're sitting here 1-4 after 5 games after the expectations coming into all this?
Yeah, I mean we got a lot of work to do in a tough spot, but we got the guys to do it. Confident we can bounce back, and we got to put the work in. And it's about what we do on the field.
How untenable is it for a quarterback taking so many hits? I mean, 11 sacks, 6 sacks, 7 sacks. That's a lot of hits for one player to be taking.
Yeah, I mean it's part of playing the position. You're gonna get hit in the NFL. There's good pass rushers on the other side, so got to look at what I can do to get the ball out of my hands and get the ball in space.
I mean,
How much does the offense-
On the play you got hurt, there was nothing you could do here, obviously, right?
Yeah, I mean I'll look at it, see if there was somewhere to get the ball out. So just try to get better where I can.
Does the offense miss Saquon?
Yeah, I mean I think he's a big piece of what we do for sure. But I think Eric and Matt did a good job stepping in today. Played well for us. So yeah, we'll. I know Saquon's working hard to get back.
Daniel, apologies, I was a little bit late. What exactly happened? Play was when you kind of go down the play.
Yeah, just my neck. Just my neck sore. Some neck pain.
Did you hit the ground, or was it just the way you kind of turned?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll go back and watch the play. I can just tell you that next sore.
Did you know it was like immediately once you hit the ground?
Yeah.
Just getting back to the game, how tough was it to see your quarterback go down today?
Tough, man. I mean, we love him to death, and to see any of your brothers go down is not a good feeling. Football is a violent game, and I don't think people take into account if you make it healthy out of it in any game, it's a blessing, So just praying that it's nothing serious with him and that we can get him back as soon as possible.
Especially when you see how tough he is. I mean, you've only been here a short time, but you know how tough Daniel is.
Extremely tough. I don't know if I've been around anybody as tough as him that just gets up and keeps going and isn't fazed by the amount of hits that he takes.
Darren, you go into a game knowing it's going to be a tough opponent because they can score a lot. The defense gets 3 turnovers, and you only convert them to 10 points.
Right.
That's got to be something that kind of hamstrings you.
Yeah, it's unacceptable, especially like you said, it's a very good football team, one of the hottest teams in the league, and they're usually striking hidden plays. And like you said, defense gave us opportunities, and as an offense, the results that came from that is unacceptable.
We have another game here, and you have to continue to climb uphill where the other team has constantly got the lead. How much does that wear on you mentally and emotionally, besides physically and on the scoreboard?
It can be tough. It's tough to have that balanced rhythm, because sometimes you may feel like, all right, we got to hurry up or, get down the field as quick as possible by throwing. And it's like, you can't have the run pass balance that you may want because it's like, okay, like we gotta climb, we gotta do something different. But yeah, it affects your rhythm and your pace as an offense.
So how difficult is it to maintain positivity or even an even keel with what has happened now this far this season?
Very difficult. It's easy for people to point fingers and blame at this point. It's easy for people to be like, or, whatever comes to their mind. But, yeah, it's hard to stay the course. It's hard to maintain a positive attitude. It's hard to pick guys up when everybody's just kind of figuring out what's going on. It's difficult. So, but we do hard things.
You guys think you could have made more plays for Daniel? Would that be the one that you're on the sideline, the one there, and you think you guys could have helped more?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. I think mine, I was close. I got to watch the film. I'm not sure how close I was, but, I'm sure I could have tried to drag and fall, and I'm sure Darren, believes that he could have came down with that, and that's all just steps we got to make and plays we got to make to help him out.
You've been here when things have struggled, here over your course of your career. Do you still see the confidence and the optimism that you guys can dig out of this?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, we had some big plays that were there. We just didn't connect on them. But we have in the past, in other years I've been here, and we still have good players, a lot of good players. Just got to get them the ball and let them make plays.
Darius, is one of the other reasons for hope, knowing that some of the guys will be coming back at least shortly. You hope so?
Yeah. Obviously it'll be nice to get some of our guys back, hopefully this week or whenever they return, and we look forward to them being back.
Bobby, we knew that Miami had great team speed. We all talked about it during the week.
Yeah.
When you get on the field against them, how different is it than what you see on tape?
It's not that different at all. I mean, it's real deal speed. And I think that was a deciding factor. Explosive plays won them the game.
Yeah, because it seemed a number of times maybe you thought you might have had them bottled up, and then all of a sudden they squirt out, and then that's got to be a helpless feeling.
Yeah, I thought we played good defense in spurts, but we got to play a full game, and we got to finish drives. We talked about getting them to, just getting them to a lot of third downs. Don't let them win the game on first and second down, and those explosive plays hurt.
What was the difference in getting 3 turnovers on defense today as opposed to not getting them in the first month of the season?
I think just some aggressive mindset. Everyone's getting more comfortable in the scheme, getting more comfortable playing with each other. We know turnovers are going to be the difference in this game, but we got to limit the explosive plays.
You are developing into one of the leaders on this team, but we all know Daniel Jones is already a leader.
100%.
Knowing how tough he is and to see him get knocked out of the game, how much does that hurt?
It's tough. We all know how hard Daniel works. We all know how diligent he is, how hardworking he is. So seeing a leader like that going down hurts. But I thought Tyrod came in and did a great job. Offense was still in it until the end. Just defensively, we got to do a better job, put our offense in a position to help us win this game.
What's the best way to pick up the pieces after this?
Just learn from it. Stay encouraged, don't get discouraged. Don't be error repeaters. If there's a mistake, learn from it, fix it, and go on to the next week. You got to have that mentality if you want to be successful in this league.
Just trying to do what I can, play my part, and make plays when we can, get turnovers, but not only turnovers, just touchdowns, get some points on the board.
They say they come in bunches. You get 3 takeaways today. I know it's hard to look ahead, but how infectious can that be?
Like you said, they come in bunches, so now we got to keep the momentum. We know what it feels like to get our hands on the ball, get turnovers, punch outs, and just get some momentum going. So hopefully it just keeps flowing into week after week after week.
Wing talked about the team speed of the Dolphins coming in. When you get them actually on the field, is it much different than what you saw on tape?
I was with the Jets, so I felt it before, not Tyreek, but it's fast. It's as advertised.
And so is that what makes it even more difficult when you're having to climb uphill? They get a lead, and, you're just doing everything you can to get that motorcycle going after them.
Yeah, for sure. You said it for me. So.